Yes, indeed, I have made edible glass. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use edible glass to make a stunning cake topper, just like the one I'm putting on my cake. I think we can all agree that this looks super stunning and will get lots of wows from everyone. So watch this video and learn how to make this super easy Isomalt cake topper. So we're going to be using Isomalt, which is a type of sugar substrate. It comes in various forms. The ones that I'm using comes in granule, and I will put a link of where you can get it in the description section. So it looks like white granules, and what you're going to do is you're going to mix it with a little bit of water. If possible, use distilled water or filtered water. Avoid using tap water because tap water does contain minerals and impurity which can affect the clarity of your finished isomalt project. So when you add the water, you just want to add a little bit. You want it to look like the consistency of wet sand. So imagine a beach, how the sand is. It's wet, but it's not soaking drippy wet. That's the consistency that you want to be aiming for. Now I'm just going to be setting up my setup. This is just something to raise the silicone mat, and you're going to use a silicone mat to pour the melted isomalt over to create your bowl. Because once the isomalt is melted, you want to act fast, so it's better to pre-set up your setup before you start melting the isomalt. Now, one thing I cannot overemphasize is that you are dealing with hot sugar, and hot sugar, if it gets on your skin, it will take your skin off. It will cause you severe burns. So take extra precaution. I'm wearing long sleeve jumper. I'm putting on some nitrile gloves and I'm putting on some oven gloves. It's not overkill. You need to make sure that none of your skin is exposed so that if you spill any of the hot sugar solution, it is not going to go on your skin. So let's move over to the cooker, and now we're going to turn it on to sort of medium heat. You can see the isomalt solution. It's white. It looks like wet sand. I think they probably put a little bit too much water, but it will be fine. It will just take a little bit longer to melt. The other thing that you need, apart from a pot that is sturdy and has a lid, you also need a thermometer. You need a thermometer to ensure that your isomalt reaches the required temperature. You want to heat it until the sugar has dissolved and reached a temperature of at least 320 to 360 Fahrenheit. So you need a thermometer to check. So it's nowhere near ready, but I just want to show you, you can start to see that the sugar solution is melting. It's looking less white and opaque, and you can see around the edges it's starting to look clear. But we are still a long way away from the melting pot point. So I just kept checking, and it's like 190 odd degrees, 200 odd degrees. So you just want to keep heating it up and just be patient. Again, if you put a lot of water, it will take a lot longer to reach the required temperature. But if you are patient and you wait it out, it will get there. So while it's on, I'm just protecting my work surface. I'm just putting some parchment paper over my work surface so that if I get any sugar on there, it's not going to drip. And here is the sugar solution. It's cooled down slightly, and I'm literally just pouring it onto the silicone mat and allowing it to run around the edges. Again, be very careful at this stage. This is hot, 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 hot sugar. You don't want it touching your skin. You want to work fast, but not so fast that you cause yourself burns. So you just gently want it to drip down along the sides of your silicone mat all around to create a sort of abstract pattern. Once you have poured all the Isomalt, you start to even see that it's starting to slow down, because as it's cooling down, your sugar is less mobile. So this is what you should be things should be looking like at this stage. And I'm just going to ask one quick favor. If you like my videos, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who you think would also like to make edible glass just like you, and also please hit the subscribe button. That will help my channel grow. I don't know if you can see the spoon, but you'll see the spoon. You can see that the sugar is, in that few seconds, it's already started to thicken and solidify. If you have some isomalt that is now solid, don't worry. You can remelt it back to the right temperature, and it will be more back to liquid, and then you can pour more. So now, once you've poured it on the silicone mat, you're now going to be folding the mat to create that shape of like a bowl. So I'm using some pegs. These are just ordinary pegs that I used to hang my washing up, and I'm just using it to create folds and pleats on the silicone mat, so that, as you can imagine, when the glass solidifies, it will take the shape of that silicone, and it will give you a topper that looks interesting and has an abstract feel. Again, be careful, the sugar solution is still quite hot, so make sure that you are wearing gloves and other protective equipment so that you don't burn yourself. And then once that's done, you've just got to just adjust until you are happy with the shape that you created. So here, I wasn't quite happy. I wanted it to be more like a bowl. So I kept changing and using different objects in my kitchen to try and get that shape that I wanted. And at this stage, even though the isomalt sugar is starting to cool down, it's still quite pliable. So make sure that you are happy with the shapes and the pleat. And again, look, that I wanted it to be really, really like a spectacular bowl, so I've swapped it to an even taller object to create that bowl shape, and you're just going to leave that to set. So mine took, I think, 24 hours. I left it overnight and the whole of the next day till the evening until it is solidified. And here is my isomalt that's solidified, and because you've used the silicone mat, it will just gently peel off. Now this is glass, and as you know, glass is fragile and glass breaks. So be really, really gentle when you are removing the silicone mat. Don't pull it, don't tug it, just gently, unruffle it and just pull it out to reveal your stunning edible sugar topper. It looks spectacular. It looks something like out of Frozen. Like, honestly, for the effort and how you created it, I think it pays so much dividends, because it looks stunning. When you put it on your cake, everyone will be like, wow, that is so amazing. That is the result that I got for my cake that I used this to decorate. So now the silicone is out, and you can see the finished product looks super stunning. Oh my goodness. See what I told you? In that split second, it just dropped gently and it has cracked. So yeah, that's a lesson. Be careful, but not to worry. We'll salvage that and we will use that broken piece for something else. And it still looked okay, so we'll work with it. So next we are going to paint it. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to create edible paint. You need Rejuvenator spirit, which you can get from any cake decorating store, and you need edible luster dust. Alternatives to Rejuvenator spirit is to use alcohol and spirits like vodka, and some people have had good results using lemon juice to create the edible paint, although I don't have experience in this. And I'm just using a brush to basically just paint the edges gold just to make it pop. You can paint the whole Isomalt if you wanted to. And actually, if you wanted a colored topper, you could have added your food coloring, so gel or oil-based food coloring directly into the melted Isomalt. And by doing that, you would have had a colored Isomalt. So that's another option